Hey guys, I'm Onision, and I wanted to talk about physical attractiveness.
Oh, good lord, here we go again.
On this channel, I've been pretty critical in the past about a lot of people's bodies, but the truth is not a lot of people actually care about a lot of the things I cover in my videos regarding how people physically look.
Well, I wonder why that is. I mean, usually when you bring up when it comes to, how people look, their diet, their body types, etc., especially for the body types, because half the time you're judging people that, one, you don't know whose age they are or what their age is, and more than likely you are kind of, you know, rating, like absolutely rating somebody who is probably underage. And two, when it comes to body types, you shame people. You claim you know everything. You act as if you're this messiah of information, but unfortunately you're not. Not only that, but you always consider, or at least make it out like, oh, it's just their diet. Not even considering the fact, and this goes into the whole hair argument, that every single individual on this planet, sure, we're part of the human race, but each and every person is made differently. Some people, unfortunately, have a different body type than you. So some people won't even, have the ability to keep up when it comes to their weight, which is the unfortunate fact. Every person is built differently. And that is something that you refuse to understand. And then you trump everybody in this single group and blame the diet, and people who don't follow your diet, you shame.
Because really, on YouTube and real life, everywhere, how you physically look does not necessarily hold you back from success or finding someone beautiful to be with. Because within us, there's this crazy thing that makes it so we can find anyone pretty much to be the most incredibly gorgeous person to us. Personality is like 10% importance of the total embodiment of a person.
So you're still continuing to say that the looks of an individual is the biggest factor of who we choose or who we decide to be with when it comes to, let's say, relationships. No, I would say that when it comes to a relationship, and sometimes this ends up failing the relationship itself, is when people only look for looks. They don't look for personality, and they don't find that sort of compatibility with an individual. And usually, especially in your case, there's been times where an individual, if they're not compatible, but they love the way that the individual looks, they force them to be something that they're not. Which kind of sounds familiar, again, with your situation. Now, some people will probably be wondering, am I implying that he may have forced Kai, Lainey, Taylor to be the individual that they are today? My personal opinion is it's a possibility. If it's not true, okay. But I will say that with certain videos where they are, flinching when something is thrown, or kind of shrugging off him yelling in the background, I'm going to just say, it kind of feels iffy with this whole thing, especially, again, when it comes to a lot of the crap that goes on. The mass majority of the information comes from Onision himself and not from his spouse.
And I don't know why people would think that I would leave somebody because they're transgender or because they're one race or another or anything. Because even if I were to look down on, say, somebody getting fat, none of that really matters so long as the person you're with is healthy.
So then what justifies as being healthy? I mean, an individual who was born like a certain body type or with a certain body type but has a great personality, in your eyes, does that count as somebody who isn't healthy? just because they look a certain way. I mean, and let's go down this rabbit hole for a second. Let's play with this whole little idea. Let's say the person is healthy. You guys are in a relationship. And just to spin your own words, what if they start having some illness where they either lose weight or have some kind of, let's say, cancer, okay? And it's funny that you bring this whole argument up because you've said something like this before. You said something like this. If they start having a illness to the point where it was uncontrollable, would you then leave them because of that said illness, because they're not healthy in your eyes? I mean, you've said it once before that you would. So...
And so if you want blunt truth, the blunt truth is, yeah, you may have pimples. Yeah, you may have a big nose. Yeah, you may be very tall or very short. But those things, if somebody falls in love with you, every single thing that was a negative about you is going to turn into a necessary aspect of who you are. You should never have to get lip injections because of your significant other. You should never have to get a boob job because your significant other, or butt implants or anything.
Okay, I kind of feel like that remark was mostly towards the whole situation with Jack and Glenn. Why can't you get over that? Seriously. As she stated, especially in her video, she didn't do it because she, and I'm not saying this because let's say I had a conversation with her. I watched her video where she explained this whole thing, rebuttaling his reasoning for trashing on her for getting a boob job. Where he goes off saying, oh, you did it because your boyfriend was telling you to, or you have daddy issues. You're just making assumptions. And Jacqueline Glenn said, no, I wanted to do it for me because I wasn't uncomfortable with my body, so I wanted to do it. And is that really a crime honestly, is that really a crime for somebody to, do what makes them happy? I mean, even to the extent where they end up having to change themselves, like make permanent changes to themselves. I mean, as long as I'm going to say this, as long as you're the right age for it, where it won't cause any damage to you, then you know what? Go for it. As long as you are, I'm going to say this, a consenting adult, and you feel that you want to make changes to your body, go right at it. But when it comes to people like Onision, don't assume that because they want to do it, they have daddy issues, or that their boyfriend or girlfriend are telling them to do that. Because when you make assumptions like that, it just makes you look very ignorant.
Because anybody would be appalled by the idea of you thinking that you're not good enough. Like with the transgender topic, yes, sometimes people feel the need to transition to another gender. And if that is truly who they are, then you'll be supportive of them.
Me personally, I think you'd be supportive regardless. I mean, if they want to transition, like do surgery to transition, then be supportive. But in this, I'm going to say this, in these sort of situations, you shouldn't go around shaming people or claiming that they're doing it for a certain reason. Like, and you know what? To use Onision's own argument, you don't know them. You don't know their lifestyle. You don't know what they're going through. So you shouldn't be talking about them.
But there's a huge difference between saying, hey, somebody needs a nose job because they don't think that they're pretty enough, and saying, hey, someone needs top surgery or bottom surgery because without it, they feel like ripping their skin off and they're completely and utterly miserable due to the fact that they feel like they're in a body that doesn't belong to them. Those are night and day difference. If you have like a permanent unibrow and everybody on earth has a unibrow, you probably wouldn't feel insecure about it. But because society sets certain standards, because there are different breast sizes and different nose sizes and different heights and so forth, people set unrealistic goals for themselves. And they don't realize that those things are not only a waste of money, but a waste of their time and their energy.
To you, maybe. But to other people, they would feel that they that the money would be worth it. They would feel that for the sake of them wanting to, feel comfortable in their own body, they would be willing to go through the changes. And from what I've heard, it's a very difficult road, especially when it comes to them discovering, who they are, trying to figure out, what gender they are. But at the same time, look, all I'm trying to say is, especially with, because I know where he's going with this, if they want to do something when it comes to, like, let's say surgery, where they want to change themselves, then we shouldn't shame them. And we shouldn't make assumptions on why they're doing it.
So how I truly feel about how people look is it doesn't matter. What matters is who you are. And once someone falls in love with who you are, most every aspect of you turns into a positive, no matter how negative you personally think it is. That's why I made that song, You're Beautiful, all those years ago about Kai. Kai couldn't see how beautiful he was, but I did, because I am in love with him.
This kind of goes back to me wishing that we would hear all of this from Kai, like their perspective. I know I sound like I'm being a dead horse, but honestly, when it comes to a lot of these issues, these videos that Onision makes, especially when it comes to his spouse and other topics, it would be great, absolutely great, to hear from other people besides hearing it from him. Somebody who has repeatedly been dishonest, as well as try to lie, cheat, and try to silence people because they were talking about his behavior. Speaking of which, and this, I guess in a sense, this would kind of go into what we are already discussing.
Hey, you want a drink? Yeah, have anything hard?
Do you consider fruit punch to be hard?
Not unless it's frozen.
That laugh was really stupid.
So what do you want to do? Let's ride scooters. Ready to go? Where's mine? Yo, there's 2 seats. No, there isn't.
My lap.
Dude, ew.
Ew. Really?
Yeah, I'm not gay.
Homophobe?
Okay, well, what if a girl sits on a guy's lap?
Gross.
Exactly, don't hate because I'm straight.
You're a monster.
Okay, quick question, and this is kind of a joke, at least in my standards. Did Riley Dennis collab with Onision to write a script for this video? Because I kind of feel like this was something that they would decide to write. Listen carefully, everybody. That is the mating call of the onion, which closely resembles the mating call of a drunken jackass.
So I didn't realize you were such a homophobe.
Are you saying that you're
See,
gay?
that's exactly what a homophobe would say.
So you are gay, that's cool.
Hey, pop quiz, what do you think of girls kissing?
I wouldn't be offended or anything.
Oh yeah? And what if guys kissed?
Not for me.
Okay, please let me know if anybody gets offended, because I have to ask, what's the big deal? Look, I'm gonna say this. If you're an individual who's a man who likes another man, that's fine. If you are a woman that likes another woman, that's fine. If you're a man that likes a woman, that's fine. Okay? I honestly, I'm one of those people that, just, you do you. I don't give a shit. So why do people get offended? Like, honestly, why do people get so uptight when they bring up, like, when an individual brings, especially a man, I don't know why, when a man brings up the fact that they are only attracted to women, that's their attraction. They shouldn't be ashamed for, or they shouldn't be shamed for it. It's ridiculous.
You sexist piece of crap. How's that view up on your high horse, bro?
I am not dealing with this right now. I'm going to the bathroom.
Hey, bro, don't forget your purse. You need to fix your eyeliner. Yo, I've been waiting for like an hour.
Yeah, but I want to make sure I look good.
I'm already 30 minutes late.
Fine.
Would you chill?
No, it's fine. Let's go, Jake.
Are you on drugs?
No.
Okay, yeah, sure. Any man that sees another man dressed up as a woman is going to immediately assume, are you on drugs? Okay, that's bullshit.
Then why are you dressed as a chick?
I am a chick.
You're a chick?
Gender and sex are two different things. I identify as a woman.
I'm confused.
Look, does this look like a guy but to you, Jake?
My family is gonna be at this party, dude.
So you're ashamed of me? You're transphobic.
Or you're just hypersensitive and bipolar.
You know, I think for Onision's case, yeah, that's probably it. Well, don't forget sociopath.
Screw you, Jake! You're worse than Hitler! I'm not going anywhere with you!
Good.
What did you just say to me?
Listen, if you're gay, transgender, or whatever,
Or whatever?
it's cool to be those things.
Oh, now we're things, Jake?
What's not cool is attacking people for mistaking your gender when they don't know any better.
You just wait till my social justice internet friends hear about this, Jake!
Oh, no!
Fair treatment for everyone except straight white guys! Ah!
Wow.
Shut up, Hitler!
Now, with this particular video, I feel like this is kind of towards Calvin Gara, but at this point, who the fuck knows when it comes to Onision. He doesn't keep up with his shtick or whatever, and when the narrative suits him, he will change his ideals. So again, who knows at this point when it comes to Onision. So that's it for me. I'm going to end it here. What are your thoughts? Leave in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care.